Hello viewers, and welcome to a brand new episode of Trashtalk on Fabula Ultima, a series where I talk about the various classes you can mix together to create your desired heroic characters in your Fabula Ultima campaign. In today's episode, Orator, Ambassador, Diplomat, Entertainer, those who fight with their sharp wit and silver tongue. Sometimes, the right word is far more devastating than a sword could ever inflict. In terms of mechanic, to put it nicely, Orator is a very manipulative support that keeps allies pumped up and deflates enemies will in the same turn. Most of Orator's skills are also generally detached from attributes, meaning any sort of builds could work with Orator mixed in. As for the free benefits Orator can provide, it just increases your max mind point by 5, which will be quite useful as we take a look at the Orator's skill, starting with Condemn. Condemn, you may use an action and 5 MP to perform an opposed insight plus willpower check against a creature that can hear and understand you. You want to remember these two keywords here. Also, describe your accusation. If you succeed, the target loses up to 40 MP and suffers either dazed or shaken, reducing insight or willpower die size. You also gain skill level worth of bonus to your check for the skill. In essence, you can shit talk anyone that can listen to you so hard they get stupider, and also losing basically all of their MP. This is also the only Orator skills that needs any attributes at all, so keep that in mind as you build your character. But the +4 you could get to your check from maxing out this skill is basically equal to a D8, enough to cover your weak dice if you focus more on might and dex. I also want to mention that Chime Wrist has a skill that lets you talk with animals. I just want to mention that for absolutely no reason at all. Second, Encourage. With an action and 5 MP at another creature that can hear and understand you, you can make said creature recover up to 30 HP. Also, choose one of the attributes. It is now 1 die size higher to a max of D12 until the start of your next turn. Who needs Spiritist when you can encourage people so hard they can heal from gunshot wound? This action also increase the die size your allies for at least 1 round, so that can be quite useful for some circumstances too. Third, My Trust in You. When another player that can hear you performs a check, you can spend 1 Fabula point and invoke their traits or bonds to reroll the dice or improve the result. Then, if the Orator has a bond towards that character, they also recover up to 20 MP. It's basically another skill that invokes the powers of friendship, with maybe some gaslighting involved, but hey, only result matters, right? Fourth, Persuasive. When you successfully perform a check to fill or erase sections of a clock, if your approach relied on charm, diplomacy, deception, or intimidation, you may spend up to 40 MP and get to fill or erase another section of the clock for every 20 MP spent. Exactly what it said. Through the power of having 100 speech,
what kind of harebrained
you can move or stop events on its track, as long as it's something that can be solved with words. And finally, Unexpected Ally. You may spend an action and 1 Fabula point to choose a non-hostile creature that can hear and understand you. If you do, that creature becomes helpful towards you as long as you aren't being an ass. Want an extra meat shield, I mean ally out of nowhere? This is the skill for you. All in all, you can really tell that Orator is a support with air quote class that can be mixed in just about any build due to a lack of need for attributes, as different kinds of people can always find a way to persuade people, just in drastically different methods that all end in one way.
I'll kill you.
Hopefully. After putting in 10 points into Orator, the class is considered as mastered, and you get to pick a heroic skill for it. In total, there's 6 Orator specific heroic skills, which is pretty low. Which is also fair because there isn't much permutation you can do on a class that's basically someone being really good at manipulating, I mean talking to people. There's 2 in core rulebook, 1 in techno fantasy, 2 in natural fantasy, and 1 in 6th Fabula Ultima bonus supplement. First, in the core rulebook, there's Disarming Rhetoric. During a conflict scene, you can pick a soldier rank creature that can hear and understand you, if they are shaken, which you can inflict with Condemn, or in crisis, at half health. You may spend MP equal to 20 plus half that creature's level to have them peacefully leaving combat. Describe how. Now this is actually something I want to do as a character that can use their words, rather than fighting with weapon. You just convince people to get the hell out of here, letting them live another day, or you can be extra cruel and deeply scar them from the inside knowing they left their comrade to die. Next, there's Repetition. Once per turn during conflict, after you use Condemn or Encourage skill, you can do it again, after paying for the MP cost again. Exactly what it said. Now you can talk twice as fast or twice as loud than before to convince more people to go to hell, for you or otherwise. Skipping straight to techno fantasy because high fantasy got nothing for Orator, there's Hit the Nerve, which can also be unlocked by Chanter, but requires the Condemn skill. When you successfully use Condemn against an enemy you know one or more traits of, Probably from scanning them, you recover MP equal to half that lost by the target, and you may have them suffer enraged instead of normal status effects, reducing both dex and insight. Additionally, when you perform a post check against an enraged creature, or just attacking them in general with swords or offensive magic, you trigger critical success when both dice shows the same result instead of only triggering that when the dices are equal or above 6-2. In summary, you just make people more pissed off with your smug fucking look, and can hit angry people even harder than before. Wonderful. Next, in natural fantasy, there's Cheer Up, which can also be unlocked by Chanter and Esper, and requires the My Trust in You skill. When you use My Trust in You on another player, they can pick one of the attributes and increase it by one size up to a max of D12 until end of the scene, or you use My Trust in You again. Nothing spectacular, but having one of your dice increase basically forever in a fight is still a pretty good thing to have around. Don't underestimate that. Then there's Wise Counsel, which can also be unlocked by Commander, and Lore Master, which I have talked about before and it's pretty long, so here's a summary. When you use Support Check to aid another character in a group check, if the leader can hear and understand you, you can use Insight Willpower, or Willpower to roll instead of normal attributes required by the check, meaning you have a higher chance of passing if you put more into those attributes. And when you use Teamwork Action to aid another character in their group check in conflict, you can give them quite a hefty bonus too, 2 out of the 4 listed, so this will definitely help out whatever they are planning to do. It's a good heroic skill to have if you want to support your allies more in their action. And finally, in the 6th Fabula Ultima bonus supplement, there's Witch Voice, which can also be unlocked by Chanter. After one or more creatures suffer status effects due to a verse you sung, that's a Chanter thing, don't mind it, or from Condemn skill, each of those enemies become bewitched. Bewitched enemies must include you in their attack or offensive spells, and they stay this way until the start of your next turn or when it recovers from the status effects. You know, I was expecting the opposite effect from the name, but in short, if you want an enemy to target you more instead of your allies, this is a good heroic skill to have. And that's basically it on Orator, the Gaslighter class people pick so they can constantly yell objection in any circumstances. That's all for now, and I will see you all next time. Hello there, if you like this video, please subscribe and click that notification bell button. If you want to see the videos early as well as further support my channel, you can join in my Patreon page, or buy me some coffee, links in the description. Anyway, have a nice day.